thanks for coming back to Truly Happy. Today I'm going to give you a peek into my pantry. I am going to be cleaning this pantry out, but I thought it would be kind of nice to get a peek before the clean out, and then after, when it's nice and beautiful and organized. It's not too bad right now, but it definitely needs a little bit of help. So this was it before. First step is done. I took everything out of the pantry and cleaned all of my shelves. I actually have my shelves lined with placemats. I thought that would be the easiest thing to do. I've done contact paper in the past and it's always been a real pain. So I just measured my shelves, found out that a standard placemat was a really close fit. I found these at IKEA and I love them because it gives, you know, just a nice uniform look. So I cleaned all of these shelves. Now I'm going to let it dry. Then I'll go ahead and put my food back in. One more thing I wanted to share with you. When we had this house built, we asked the builder to put a electrical outlet on the bottom shelf, and we made the span between the bottom shelf and the next shelf up a lot wider because I knew I wanted to put some small kitchen appliances in here. So that has been an amazing thing, and I highly recommend it if you have the opportunity. Put an electric outlet in your pantry. Here is an overview. I used only bins and organizers that I already had. If you don't have any on hand, please clean out everything, go through your food, and figure out what you need before you buy the bins. Because if not, you'll come home and you still won't have the right things. So I kind of went through the house to find a couple of things that I didn't have in the pantry before for organizing. And if you look around, you probably have a whole bunch of stuff already at home. So let's go all the way up to the top and I'll tell you what we have. That huge Crate and Barrel box is a cheese plate that I absolutely adore, but never can find a spot for. And I want access to it, so I thought this is the perfect spot. And just a couple of mixes that I keep up there. I've got room for only 2 boxes of cereal because I don't want 4 boxes open. So 2 is all that'll fit. Then I have a couple random kitchen appliances that I want to be able to get to, but I don't need all the time. That shelf is pretty high too, so it's not something the kids will be able to reach. Then I have some cleaning supplies that I don't use very often, but I don't have a lot of storage in my house, so I have to kind of find spots wherever they're available. So there they are. Then in that white bin, I have my KitchenAid attachments, and my Cuisinart attachments are up there on some extra kitchen towels. And over here, I have large canisters and things that we use and I need to be able to reach. A couple boxes of Annie's mac and cheese. If you have young children, I'm sure you have some of those in your house as well. The huge container of peanut butter that we go through in about a week. Then on this Lazy Susan, I have some things that I want to be able to reach, things that I really like that coconut butter, which is the most delicious thing in the world. And a Lazy Susan is a great thing in a pantry because you can add a bunch of stuff and it doesn't take up that much room. Then in this bin, I have pasta and breadcrumbs and salami because I didn't know where to put the salami, but I wanted to see it, so I remembered that we had it. Then a bin back there that has more candy than I had any idea was in my house. As soon as my boys get home, they will be going through that and throwing out about 2/3 of it. Then I have some croutons. Again, I didn't know where to put them, and that was a good little cozy spot for them. Next up is a shelf with some cleaning supplies and oils that I don't need. Now, I love using these placemats because I will show you what I can do. They slide. My bins will slide. So these cleaning supplies will slide out. I like to be able to have access to all 4. So I put them on a little tray and I'll just slide that out when needed. And I wanted to make sure surrounding the cleaning products was things in bottles or sealed So I was aware of that when I organized my pantry. Back here are some oils and vinegars. Then this bin is comprised of some chip bags and little snacks and, you know, like kind bars and those kind of things, pre-packaged that we can just grab and go. But this is not a bin I like my kids to touch. So what I'm going to do is what I did in my last house, which was label all of these bins so the kids know what to eat and what not to eat. This is the bin that they can go through, and this is our snack bin. When it's snack time, they're allowed to slide this out and choose something that they want. The next bin is off limits to them. This is my lunch making bin. So I'll slide this out when I have to make lunches, bring it with me over to my counter and pack up a couple of things. Next up is the bin that has some sweet potatoes, and I have butternut squash. In that back one, I have some onions, and then in the front is some yellow potatoes. I had these bins already. They were from IKEA. On the shelf below, I have a bin full of baking supplies. Then I have some more baking supplies, but it's sugars and some mixes and some granola and those kind of things. Then this one is filled with dried fruit. The next one has nuts and seeds. Then some bread. And all the way in the back are coffee and tea. Down on the bottom shelf, I have our lunch boxes. It's the weekend, so those usually will not be there, but I need to have a space for them on the weekend. My salad spinner, Ninja, and toaster. And those are the two items that are actually plugged in. The rest of the stuff is not. I just have space and access to a electrical outlet when I need it, like this Cuisinart. And then in the back, I have a bin of bags. I try not to keep too many, and you'll see down below on the ground, I have more bags, which again, I try not to keep too many, but sometimes they just happen. All of a sudden you have 50 of them. So I went through those and I only kept about 10. Then I have this large bin. This is kind of my mini office in the kitchen. It has lots of files and things I need access to. On top is a electric griddle. I found this is the perfect spot for it. So this is where it will stay, and it's easy to move it that way. So that is my organized pantry. I am really happy with it, and I get excited when I open the doors and it looks like this. So there will be a lot of cooking in my future. Please give this video a thumbs up down below if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe.